Happy Thanksgiving, world. Good morning, world. Happy Thanksgiving, world.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Cedric.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Happy Thanksgiving.
This is our third, can you believe that? It's our third Thanksgiving episode. We've been doing it since November of 2019.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, right before the pandemic. That's good. Good. This is going to be a special episode. Brian and I are going to go through a few things that we're just thankful for on this Thursday, this Turkey Day. And we're thankful for you, first of all.
Yes.
But we're going to get into that. Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. Like Cedric just said, we are most thankful to you for allowing us to come into your homes or on your phones or however you're viewing us. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all the comments that we get. When we did this 2 years ago, I think we were trying to get probably our first 20th subscriber.
Oh, we just get to 20.
20, and then it was like 30, and then we just asked friends. He would beg people. Cedric would actually go around grabbing people's phones.
I would. So, you've heard of Cedric and Brian? Like, no? Like, oh, give me your phone. You have to subscribe to Cedric and Brian. You know, people who watch us, you said in their homes and on their phones, I have a few people say that they shower with us. I forget that guy's name.
I hope they can still see it because I put a lot of effort into the visuals.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm thankful for that. I said this is going to be a special episode. We're just low-key, we spend a lot of time talking about political stuff, and that causes a lot of stress, a lot of strife, a lot of angst, and I think it's important, not just today, but like on a regular basis, just take time out to say, you know what, I'm thankful for this, I'm grateful for this, because along with water and fresh air, having an attitude of gratitude does a lot for your health.
Speaking of fresh air, that's why I'm heading back out to Tennessee.
Again?
2 days ago, again, we're in Southern California, there was 3 fires because in October, November, when it gets kind of breezy and dry, pyromaniacs come out, just like all of California. They probably don't go to jail for doing it. But I am thankful that we still live in a country that I'm allowed to move around. Because some of the countries out there right now, you're watching this in 2021, some countries that they don't get to move around their country right now. So I'm thankful for this country. I'm thankful for this book right here. If you can't read it, that's the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States with all of its amendments. We are thankful for the First Amendment that allows us to do this.
Yes.
To speak out against the government if we feel that the government is not looking out for us.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah, you talked about countries. I think Australia is on the lockdown again, aren't they?
Not just Australia. I think Austria is locking down again. But there's mass on the 20th of November, if you saw that, of 2021, again, for those watching back in time or forward in time, they had mass protests throughout Europe, which I have to say, I appreciate that because we think about the United States being the last country that really tries to fight for freedom, and to see these European countries that have been under the thumb of the EU and all of the stuff going on, it's good to see that, and not just hundreds, but thousands of people out there fighting for freedom, because that's the bottom line. Whether you think the vaccines are good or not, that's okay. I was talking with a friend who talked about chickenpox vaccines. It's like, great, our kids never had to have chickenpox if we decided to get them vaccinated. But if they already had chickenpox, would you still have them get the vaccine? And the answer is probably no. I don't think any doctor would make somebody that's already had chickenpox get the vaccine.
No.
So these people that are fighting for their freedoms, we're thankful for you guys because we know we have people from the Netherlands, we know we have people from Australia, from Sweden, the UK. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. You got to do it. If you don't, they'll put their boot on you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thankful for this country. Absolutely. Thankful for family, obviously. Viewing this on Thursday, I am currently in Palm Springs, where my mom and dad live, enjoying my mom's sweet potato pie and collard greens and things like, you know what that is, right?
Collard greens. I think I've seen that on the History Channel.
Yes, I think on BET, on Black Entertainment Television.
That's right.
But just spending time with family, and for those of you who don't know, I am the proverbial black sheep of my family. My political views aren't the same as as my families. But you know what? Time like this, we've heard so much about families who have become separated, and there's so much strife because of political views, and that's just not right. And you should be able to get together and watch a little football and enjoy each other and hang out and laugh and leave politics out of it today if you can.
Yeah. Unless they really say something annoying, then you just gotta tell
if they bring it up, you gotta put them in check.
That's right. You gotta fix it.
Right.
Stay here, turkey and pie and football. Oh my.
Right. Exactly.
And just to reiterate what Cedric said, family. Unfortunately, I do have some people in my family, in my immediate family and extended family, that have disowned me. People with my views.
You're the black sheep.
I know. I think it's from hanging around Cedric. Become the black sheep of the family.
Be like that.
But it's a shame because I would never cut them out. I try. It's like walking on eggshells. I would make sure I didn't say anything that might trigger anybody. Yet, just by having this channel, people don't like that. We had this. So I'm thankful for the rest of my family that tolerates me, and even the ones that don't share our views exactly, or my view, because some of Cedric and my views are different. And I appreciate them, and I appreciate you for allowing me to voice, what, again, this country allows us to do it. And again, try not to do it in an annoying way. If somebody doesn't ask for your opinion, you don't have to give it. But if it's brought up, you shouldn't shy away.
I said to my mom a lot, I say, Mom, advice is best received when it's asked for. Yeah. No one's asking you for advice. Don't just willy-nilly give it. Your family deals with a lot because your sister, who I love very much, what does she call you?
Who? Heidi?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know she called me something on the episode.
Condescending.
Oh, yeah. She called me a condescending bleep hole. Fill in the donkey there.
Can't argue with that. She is right. It has nothing to do with politics, just who you are in general.
And my wife calls me an ass all the time. I don't know what it is. Maybe I should look inward.
Did you say inward?
Maybe it's not N-word.
Oh,
inward.
Like inward.
Inward.
Oh, okay. You said inward. I'm like, wow. And I gotta say this real quick, and I've said it on other episodes. Me and Brian, we've been friends for 20 years, and you get to a point where you have what's friendly, that they become the friends who become family, and his family, his dad and his sisters and his kids, who are like my niece and nephew, they have become family. So that's been awesome too. Very thankful for that. I'm sure a lot of you have people like that in your life who you'd rather spend time with them than your actual immediate family on Thanksgiving and Christmas. But
go watch a past Christmas episode where Cedric and my youngest daughter, when she was like 5 or something, or 7, they did a little rap Christmas song together.
We'll have to add that link.
You'll have you have to look into that, because that was very cute.
Yes, very well. And I guess it's real quick, not to go too long, but in this country, I believe like my priorities are God, country, family. I'm glad I live in a country where I can express my religious beliefs and my faith, and give praise to a God who, like Brian just said, will let me do this without fear of exoneration or being brutally beat down or thrown in prison yet.
Yeah, and we grew up, I don't know if Cedric had this, but I grew up where my father would tell me, be thankful that you were blessed to be born in this country. And that was actually instilled in us when we were kids, because especially back when we were growing up, you had the Soviet Union, and you just had, it was post World War II, and so we knew out there was countries that didn't allow these freedoms. So I was instilled, and maybe that's the way I am like I am, to be thankful for this country and the form of government we have. And so I am. And so that's why I get chills when we review Am I the Only One by Aaron Lewis. And when I went to Tennessee and Nashville, and they started just in the middle of one of the honky tonks singing the Star Spangled Banner. Those are my people. Those are people who know they appreciate.
They can say honky out there?
Yeah, honky tonk. As long as you say tonk afterwards.
Okay. Sure.
But, so I don't know if you've been noticing, we kind of put in some of our old, since this is our 3rd time, we intertwined some of our old Thanksgiving. So you'll see how we've changed over the years. We're a little grayer.
Yes.
My beard's a little longer, a little more unkept. It is No Shave November.
No shave, and that's why
I think
I've
he's
grown
been cheating because.
No, I haven't.
Really?
I cleaned up my neck.
Oh, My, it doesn't grow very fast.
No,
It's,
it doesn't.
it's like a full month.
Yeah, I haven't touched it all month.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a slow grow.
Yes, only so. And also thankful for, which kind of correlates with how Brian and I met. During this time of COVID and things going on, I'm very thankful for my health. Relatively healthy individual, and if it wasn't for trying to be healthy, I would have never met Brian, because for those of you who know our background, our history, we actually met at a gym where he took pity upon me as I was doing a shoulder press with 5 pounds.
I think you might have had 10
I might have 10. I was struggling though.
Now he needs to take pity on me though, because he's been lifting, and you can see just in the video that his arms are much bigger than mine now. And
the student has passed the teacher.
I said, "Can I please come out work out with you?" And he says, "No, I work out with my new girlfriend now."
Wow, you're not on my level.
So I got to work my way back up. But health. Oh God, I can't. Health is so important. Be thankful if you're healthy. If you're not, strive to become healthy and try to do it within, and then ask for without. Just the same with the mental health that we talked about before. Don't be afraid to go outside and ask for help. But it starts here. Even with mental health, it starts with you having to accept it. So if you're not healthy, I mean, if you get something, I mean, if you get cancer, that's outside of your control in most cases. But do what you can to stay healthy, and that way you can go and you can fight like we do. If we weren't healthy, the last thing you want to do is fight.
Right.
And you'll have less to be thankful for. So we are both thankful for our health.
Yeah. So with that being said, if you're watching this video first thing in the morning, you're gonna have your turkey, everything. Grab mom, grab dad, sisters, and go take an afternoon walk outside if it's sunny enough. Get out there and enjoy some fresh air and move around a little bit.
Even if it's not sunny, if you're in a colder place, bundle up. It's always nice. Bundle up and go out and take a little quick walk. As long as you're not having to trudge through snow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Black people don't. It's cold. Oof. Stay inside.
Dude, that's such a stereotype.
Do laps around the living room.
Why are you always stereotype?
You'll be thankful for that. And this is so weird. Me and Brian were like kind of going through the mental list of things we want to be thankful for. And like Brian said, we've had this show for about 2 years now. We started in November of 2019. And in the beginning, you want everyone to like you. And I remember the first time Brian got excited when we got a thumbs down, and he was so excited. I'm thinking, someone out there doesn't like us. He goes, we're on our way when people start giving you thumbs down. And I just say this.
People really love Biden. Wait, they're banning the thumbs down now. I wonder why.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. End quote. But I am thankful. I had to think about it a little bit. I am thankful for the haters. And I heard someone say a long time ago that haters are just obsessed fans. Because it gives you an opportunity when you're on whatever side you're on. When someone rebukes you or goes against what you're saying, it gives you a true opportunity to sit back and think, do I really believe what I'm saying is true and valid? Now I have to stand up and either say it on camera or write back to a subscriber and say, I understand where you're coming from. This is why I believe the way I believe. And you get to a point, you say it over and over and over again, it becomes repetition and you don't have to think about it as much.
Right.
But so I thank the haters for that, because if everyone liked us, there'd be no reason to stand up and fight.
And sometimes, as long as it's done in the right way and not just, we get some that we have to just block because all they are is just filled with filth and foul language. But the people that actually bring up...
Thanks, Mom.
But the people that bring up some of the subjects and they don't agree with us, but they list out some valid points, then we get to look back and research it some more and we learn. And in some cases, we may change our mind or shift a little bit because maybe we didn't see something, with the COVID thing or whatever it is. And that's how we learn to try to express how we feel so that people will look into it. Unfortunately, there is a lot of people that they just put the blinders on and go. And we've talked to plenty of those people, and then finally, like Cedric will respond, and then finally he just says, I can't respond anymore because they're not willing to have a conversation.
Right.
But we're thankful for all of you that don't agree with us, that are willing to have a conversation. That's how we grow. And thank you for all the thumbs down, as long as you're doing it in a polite way or semi-polite way.
Right. Yeah. Even if you don't do it in a polite way. I'm thankful for the system, our judicial system. I'm not going to beat this up too much, but those Kyle Rittenhouse was exonerated from what happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and we just found out today, the day of taping, that the 3 men involved with the Ahmaud Arbery case were found guilty. we're not here to say.
I thought you were going to OJ thing. You were happy that OJ got out because you were happy with it.
Yeah, I was bewildered that day. And it'd just be nice if we can just move out of the way and stop intimidating judges and jurors, and the media can get to the point where they just tell you the story. Like I've always said before, the days of Walter Cronkite and Peter Jennings, when they just said, here's what's happening, now you make your own decision. But now the media does such a terrible job of directing the story. And
Walter Cronkite was just better at it.
He was good.
He had his biases, and he would sneak them in there, and it was probably the reason why things have slowly gone left. He was just more subtle. Now you've got, and he was smart, but now you got people like Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon. They just don't seem very bright. No. Either that, or they're just paid to be
they are paid.
The buffoons.
Yes, LeBron James and whatnot.
Well, he's a genius.
Yeah, the best cackling heifers from The View.
Oh my God. There's two Joys that shouldn't have the name Joy, and that's Joy Bear and Joy
Reed.
Joy Reed and Joy Behar.
Yeah, there's no joy involved in that.
Those names are.
This is so off cuff. I don't know why I did. I know why I did it. I actually taped an episode of The View last week because I just want, every now and then I just want to see what are they saying.
Was that you're not Catholic?
No.
I thought maybe that was a Catholic thing that you needed to punish yourself.
No. I just want to watch and say, okay, what's the other side saying? Because that way, you gotta know what you talked about that a lot. You gotta know what the playbook of the enemy, so you know what to say. And it was a weird thing about how much money would they have to take in order to go to bed with Donald Trump. And Joy Behar was saying, like, oh, you couldn't pay me enough. And the other one saying, oh, you couldn't pay me enough.
I'm sure Trump came out and said, you couldn't pay me enough.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm trying to be nice and considerate about this. But I'm like, hey, have you seen Donald Trump's wife? It's like, why?
I know.
Why in the heck? Yeah, my goodness.
Well, somebody brought this up, just on a side. They said, The View, you've got Whoopi, Sunny, and Joy. Those names should not be on that show because it's the most downer show.
Those bitter women I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my goodness.
What else are you thankful for?
God, so much to be thankful for.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for shows like The View. It gives us opportunity to have some content.
And CNN, MSNBC.
I mean, it's brilliant. They're brilliant. So, what are you guys thankful for? Leave it in the comments. We want to know everything you're thankful for. Again, we are so thankful for you for allowing us to stay on now for 2 years. I didn't even realize till Cedric brought it up. But yeah, I remember editing a Thanksgiving 2019 video.
Yeah, he tricked me into it. He told me to come over to the house in November. I said, why? What are we doing? And he had, actually, no, we weren't here.
No, we were in a different room.
We were in a different room. I said, what are we doing? He says, if you're really bored, and you're thinking, man, I would love to do a YouTube channel, but I don't think I could do what Cedric and Brian do. Go watch our first video or two, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what are we waiting for? Let's break out the camera.
Not only that, he sent it to a friend of his who's kind of in the business, and our first episode, and he wrote back, he goes, what am I looking at?
Why are you guys doing this?
We stuck to it.
All right. Oh my
Here
goodness.
we are, 2 years later.
Here, 24 months later. It's been good stuff. Been a good ride. But Brian said it well. Take some time today to, and I know people say this a lot around this time of the year, but seriously, whether you have to go into a quiet room, a bedroom, turn the football game off, go sit in your car, take a few seconds, a few minutes to really think, what am I thankful for? Because there's a lot of crap going on. 2020 was a hot mess for a lot of people. 2021
wasn't any better.
Didn't start off any better. But in spite of all that, in spite of all the strife and angst and things that are going on in this country, there are still a lot of things to be thankful for. But we just have to get into the habit of sitting down and saying, and counting those blessings and saying, this is what I'm thankful for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Well,
so tomorrow we'll get back into politics.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll put another one out because there was a horrible thing that happened, and we promised we wouldn't talk about any of that stuff. I know we kind of touched on some of the stuff that happened in the past, but we want this to be uplifting. We want you guys to go out, enjoy your food, and enjoy the turkey. I'm actually not having turkey this year. I got a brisket that I'm going to smoke.
You tell me that now if you know I'm going to Palm Springs.
Smoked brisket.
You better save me some.
Still going to have the green bean casserole. I don't eat that, but the rest of everybody else eats that. We're going to have mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm going to be making a sweet potato, mashed sweet potatoes with the marshmallows.
Oh, okay. There'll be leftovers.
Nice.
I'm sure. Okay. All right. We appreciate you guys. Can't say it enough. So thankful for you because you can't have a YouTube channel unless you have subscribers and people willing to watch. So we thank you for that. So make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and share our channel with everyone you know. And put down that drumstick a little bit today and go be thankful for something and tell someone why you're thankful for them.
Yes.
Until next time, I'm Cedric.
I'm Brian. Have a nice day, everybody.